It is Mental Health Monday, and as we continue to navigate the challenges of daily life, prioritizing our mental well-being has never been more important than it is right now.
That's right. So whether you are seeking strategies to cope with anxiety, depression, or just looking to, of course, enhance your overall mental wellness, Be Well Kentucky provides accessible resources tailored to those clients and to their clients. So Dr. Melissa Gibson joins us now to share more. Thank you so much for being here, because it has been very difficult to navigate mental health for so many people.
Absolutely. And May is just a good month with Mental Health Awareness Month for us to just think about, how am I doing? Do I need to check in with myself? What's coming up for me now? I know with our physical health, most people, we check in for annual checkups, whether it's pediatrician, that like well check for kiddos, or your annual for adults. And May kind of gives us a prompt to do that for our mental health as well.
Well, this is a big time of year. You get into May and you get into June, depending on how the school year went. You've got a lot of kids that might be going away to college for the first time, leaving home, and that that leaves a void in the parents' lives. It's stressful for them. So there are so many challenges that are coming up here right around this time of year, right?
Absolutely, and I know for parents too, some May can be just wild busy with holidays, events, graduations, and then, like you're saying, starting to look forward to summer and fall. And so it really is a good time to check in on folks, and summer can be a great time to prepare for what's ahead. And so obviously there's lots of fun things over the summer, but also it can be a time to kind of get your kids some more intensive supports, whether they need a psychological assessment, maybe to have a more successful school year. We do that at our Lexington branch, or just that time of like, they've been struggling a while for anxiety, and let's take advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and get services started, maybe when we feel like we have more flexibility.
How can we identify some of those triggers? Like maybe we don't even know that the child or an adult, family friend or something that is going through certain things, but what are some cues for us to know that maybe say, let's get you some help?
Absolutely. I think if people are having difficulty with functioning in their day-to-day, maybe they're still able to like go to school, go to work, but their performance seems to be impacted in some way. That's a sign of like, hey, absolutely, our symptoms have come to this place where we definitely want to get some support. So if there's any challenges with functioning, whether you're getting that feedback from a boss or a teacher, right, supervisor, that type of thing, so those challenges can come up. But then also too, sometimes it's like people appear very competent and they appear very high functioning and they look like they have it all together, but they're really struggling internally. And so that's a great opportunity for folks to have this moment of realization for yourself to say, actually, like, I'm struggling. I'm having all sorts of intrusive thoughts, or I'm noticing I'm doing all sorts of behaviors to just get myself through the day and get that temporary relief. But over the weeks, the months, I've really been struggling. And so I think, like I said, May can be that time to have that honest internal conversation of like, I look like I'm okay, but actually, like, I'm having a really hard time with anxiety, or my mood's been really low. Maybe someone's been having thoughts like, what's the point of all of this? Any of those thoughts can be indicators like, hey, it's a great time to go maybe just do a consultation and figure out what could be next steps.
Do we need a referral with a consultation?
No, for a lot of people, you can just go ahead and get that scheduled. I guess it depends if someone's seeking services through insurance. Some folks will need that referral from their primary care doctor. Okay. But if you're doing out-of-network or self-pay services, you can go ahead and just schedule that independently. And a consultation can just be, you could choose to do a one-time check-in with a therapist or a psychologist for that, like I said, like that mental health checkup.
Yeah.
Or it could be something you decide like, okay, we'll go ahead and move forward with some ongoing services.
So if we need to reach out and try to set up an appointment or whatever, how do we go about it? I'm sure there's a website and all that stuff as well, right?
Absolutely. And so it really depends on what services you're seeking. So at Be Well, we offer outpatient services in Lexington and in Louisville. We also offer services virtually. Some of our providers are psychologists and licensed through SIPAC. So we can see folks even if they move away to college and go to college out of state. If that's one of the states, we could do some virtual services. So to get started, people can call our intake coordinator, or you can email. I know the phone can be a barrier for some folks. folks, and so email is a good way to get started. If people are seeking higher level of care for eating disorder treatment, our sister company, the Louisville Center for Eating Disorders, is located in Louisville, and folks can get a consultation scheduled. They do not need a referral for that either. We will coordinate with their medical providers, but they can go ahead and call our number there as well.
Excellent. And BeWellKentucky.com for all the information. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you all.